Hey everybody, what's going on? So today I'm going to talk about the movie, The Interview. But first, I want to mention the gameplay really quickly. It's just one of those classic Grand Theft Auto 5 killing sprees, but it's on the PlayStation 4, and I finally upgraded to the PlayStation 4 from the PlayStation 3, and so that's just a quick little note. So if that's something that you're interested in, maybe subscribe for more. But on to the main event of the video, talking about The Interview. So I just watched The Interview. I also watched it previously a couple hours ago, and so I have a fresh impression and kind of a coming back to it impression, and also at the same time I've been able to sit on it and think about it for a little while. It's not just purely a knee-jerk reaction. First off, I want to talk about how it was released. I think that this is going to be the future of movie releases. I think that this movie in particular is going to be a kind of like an example, a precedent set for releasing movies just for $6 on just be able to stream it. I feel as though it's going to be able to bring a lot more movies to us for sure, and it's also going to bring a lot, I think, of the bigger names, the people that would be doing it right now. The smaller names are the people that would already be doing it right now, and so I'm interested to see how that model works for the big blockbusters. But right off the bat, it was a funny movie. You won't be disappointed at all about how funny it was. I left I guess I was gonna say the theater, but I left my computer, thinking that movie was hilarious. And so that's it's kind of what you're going for when you want to go see a Franco Seth Rogen movie. But I will say, like, if you kind of want to gauge it to the other James Franco Seth Rogen movies, in my eyes, like right off the bat, I don't know if it was all from the hype or whatnot, but right off the bat, it was my second favorite of the movies, first being This Is the End. But now kind of when I think about it now and I've had the time, it's kind of more along the lines of I think This Is the End was their best comedy movie, and I think that it's out of the ballpark hilarious. And I think that this movie falls under the as hilarious as Pineapple Express. So I know that kind of sounds like a negative thing I was saying about it, but it's really not. It was still a hilarious movie. It's just I don't think it was on the level of This Is the End, but it was hilarious to see how hyperbolic everything was, and it was funny just to watch. Like, oh my God, this is what pissed this guy off, that he threatened people's lives over. I get it could I get the whole offensive part. I get how some of those things could totally be offensive if it was directed at me, especially if I was the leader of a country of relevance. And so I totally get that, but at the same time, it was over the top of a caricature of who he really is. And so I don't you really have to be exactly what we think he is in order to get pissed off by something like this. And I really am a little bit upset that this is kind of what was like the first event that happened between us in North Korea, the first battle that was either won or lost, so to say. I mean, granted, every time we've come up against them, so to say, anytime we've had some kind of conflict with them, United States have obviously come away winning. But this was the first time that they had ever gotten some kind of advantage, and that it wasn't in theaters. But it turned out better for me. It was overall cheaper. It's $6 versus at least $12 just to go for one person. So it turned out better for me. But at the same time, I think anybody that was offended by The Interview really needs to learn not to take jokes seriously. They're jokes for a reason. And like I said earlier, I totally understand how those how I'm trying not to have any spoilers here. I could totally understand how some of the portrayals of Kim Jong-un could be offensive, but like I said, it's a joke. Don't take it too seriously. And it's one thing if this was an actual legit propaganda piece that had any meaning, but we all knew that this is a comedy coming from the two totally comedic actors of our current time. But anyway, just kind of to wrap it all up, I feel like I might have sounding like I've been saying some negative things about it. It really is quite a hilarious movie. It was great. I totally recommend you watching it, especially at that cheap price of $5.99. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.